What is going on YouTube? This is your boy Ligo, one half of Enduro, and this is basically a PSA of sorts because I am. You could say it's a rant. It is a rant, but it's not. I'm trying my best to keep calm. I'm not angry. It's just that I am dumbfounded by phrase of usual. People are stupid. Individuals are smart because people are stupid. And it's always gonna be that. That's why I came with that phrase when I was 20 years old. Thank God it's proven itself time and time and time again. So I'm gonna give you guys a PSA and also talk about something because everybody's talking about the problem with Switch and the problem with Zelda. Now I'm not here to defend it. I'm here to give you something called objective views and true stuff because people must be forget about things, and it annoys me when people like forget about stuff and just keep on reporting it. Even there are people who never picked up the Switch reporting from other people's stuff. You know what? You could do that. Nothing against that, but y'all don't put your thoughts into it. Y'all just say regurgitate what they say and that's it. You don't put in it without you having it constantly in your hand. You don't know certain things, but that's the power of what I've seen on YouTube and in social media. So these social gamers, they gotta be doing certain things for clickbait reasons and whatever. Now, I've said to people already, you could go. I have 2 videos on my channel, not even 2, 3, that says don't buy the Switch. You don't need to buy the Switch right now. It's compelling. I got a Switch from Nintendo, so I don't have to really think it. I just got it, and I have never had no problem with it. I know a lot of people on Facebook, a lot of people on, of course, you see that. I know people from the YouTube community that have the Switch, they have no problems. And I know a good amount of people, more than 15 people in real life that also in different countries that also has a Switch, and they have not reported no scratching, no report ever. Are there people out there that has that? Yes, not denying that. But this vocal minority that keeps on going and talking for the majority is ridiculous. For some reason, that's always happened, but you don't have it to a certain degree. Some places have it, some places don't. The Red Ring of Death came out. A lot of people talked about that. That was a problem. The Red Ring of Death never stopped me from buying an Xbox 360. It's just that there were not enough games for me to purchase it. Hell, my PlayStation Vita has spots on the screen when the light goes out. It's an OLED screen. But you know what? It's not that bad that I couldn't play the game. I people nitpicking for the most of things. Now, if you bought this is not to disregard people who bought a new console. Certain group. If you bought a new console and it doesn't work, I'm gonna tell you a story right there. That's what you see on the screen. That's understandable, and I feel sorry for you. There's proper procedures to go get your consoles fixed. Those who are adults, so if you're a teenager, somebody bought it for you, there are proper procedures to go get it fixed. Hope you guys can go through the proper procedure and you have smart parents. Those who are adults, y'all know proper procedures, but because of the internet and what I'm using right now, y'all bitch and moan for the simplest of things all the time. Let me show you something. On the screen right now is the phone that I've been using. It's called a Zenfone 3. That's the phone that I'm using right now. And I spend my money on bought. Here's something you seen right now. You can see I'm deboxing it already, unboxing it, whatever. Just talk about stuff about it. In the Zenfone 3, you know what happened? All that's plugs, whatever. This right here, if you could see my mic, that's earbuds. That's earbud tips. You know what it didn't came with? You know what it didn't came with? It didn't came with a USB and it was USB Type C plug cord for it. Did I went and rant on the internet? No. I went and I basically went back to ASUS, tell them, hey, you guys didn't send me a plug. But you know what I did that night? Because I got a new phone, I went to Walmart and bought me the freaking plug. I went and bought me a freaking plug. Real life issues got taken care of in Snap. Because I needed a phone. I already gave my older phone to my cousin. So I said, hey, I've got this phone, blah, blah, blah. That's what I do. No, I didn't whine like a little baby. So you know what? When I pick up another phone, plugged it up, everything's working. 2 weeks later, come to find out there's a problem with the phone. The problem with the phone was people couldn't hear me. I could hear them, but they couldn't hear me. So 2 weeks later, you know what? I have my receipt. I have my receipt. I called back Asus and told them, hey, the phone's not working. I will send it back to you guys so y'all could check it out. They was like, okay, because and when it happened when I was at work when I needed it the most. People calling me and they couldn't hear me. I could hear them, and it was just annoying. Was I frustrated then? Yes, at the time, because I needed the calls. Then I went and gave it. I called Asus, tell them whatever, blah, and tell them, hey, the phone's not working. They're still gonna test it out, blah blah blah. Okay, send the phone. They send me back another phone, and that was it. I'm using the phone. That was back in October. This is March. I have no issues with the phone up till now. I have no issues yet, but I have no issues with the phone. Phone's been working perfectly all now. It's something all now. So my point is saying that there's no product that's mass produced that doesn't have a failure rate. That's an impossibility. The day that happened, we are not existing on this planet. Everything has a failure rate. Now, you don't want it to be big. I guarantee you that, but come on, let's not get stupid or anything. So the adults in out there, let me help you out. You have a receipt, right? Keep your receipt if you're not that dumb. It happens in a certain amount of time. You register it with Nintendo. If that's a problem, you call Nintendo, tell them, hey, can I switch over my Switch? Do this. Hey, can I, whatever. You do the proper procedures, which you should do with any other product that you have, and you do the exact same thing. If you bought a microphone, you return it. You say, this don't work. If you see a lot of people, like I said, I had a microphone for my studio that did not work. But but the reviews was good, and I was like, you know what? Now maybe I got a messed up system. Maybe I got a messed up mic. Took it back, got me another mic. Mic is working perfectly. Same thing with Poppy 2K when I told about they always have bad burns. No game comes out 100% burn on the disc good. You go to his channel. It will be a while back, but he got Splatoon and it wasn't working right. He bought a second Splatoon. He returned and got second Splatoon. Been working all the time. It is a failure rate to everything. So let's not get stupid with this stuff. You're grown adults. Act like it. If something doesn't work and you have the receipt, Kate back, tell them, hey, there's a problem. Or if they don't, you will call Nintendo and tell them, hey, I just bought a console. They're going to tell you maybe register it, blah, blah, blah. Send it to them. Yeah, does it suck that you can't use it right away? Yes, I agree with you on that. Just like me, I couldn't use my phone, and like me, I couldn't use my mic and other stuff that I return and reuse because I am an adult. The little kids are the little kids. Like I said, I feel bad for you that you can't play because you're all impatient. And also for the parents, I hope your parents are smart enough to do certain things. That's just ridiculous. So with that said right there, let's go into this. This is why I say gamers have Alzheimer's. Because it's funny, because I've also gone to a lot of people's channels to see what they talk about, which is funny. That's why I say, y'all are so stupid. Y'all put videos on your channels and leave it there, of course, but you don't go, but when you go back to certain time frames, I don't hear y'all bitching about certain things that should have been bitching about. It's funny how that works. Now, for my PC people, I got to say this to y'all. Y'all know better than any damn body that with building PCs, and stuff, you know you'll have a high probability, and I do mean it because people, a lot of you guys like, no, you have a high probability that the first time you boot up your PC, everything don't work. You know that. So don't act stupid. Your graphics card might not be this. A chip might be messed up. You might have static shock that discharge and messed up the CPU. There's so many things can happen when you're building your PC. So let's not act ignorant when y'all talking about, oh, well, the Switch is this. Y'all have the highest probability of shit don't work when you're building your shit. So let's not lie about that, okay? So for you, for how you all doing, and y'all ain't gonna buy the console anyway, that's kind of fucked up. But you know what? I move on. For a lot of people right now, okay, once again, I said you don't have to buy the Switch. It's where I don't get no scratches. I don't get a lot of the stuff that's happening. But that's me. I take care of my stuff. I got a good console. That doesn't mean that people out there didn't get a messed up console or brick console again because there's a such thing as called a failure rate. Excuse me, but let's get into this quickly, shall we? Let me do one thing here. Oops. Boom. This would be way easier if I do it that way. Share application. Let's go with people who forget about these things. Hey, let's see what we have here. Oh, I don't know. This was made back in 2016. PlayStation 4 brick. Nobody. Let's talk about that. When the consoles came out, that was brick, and it will tell you how to fix it. And if it didn't fix it, you will basically had problems. And they told you if the consumer continue to have problems broken on brick consoles, they are unable to fix themselves. There are major impact to Sony's retailers that can't supply PlayStation 4. Coming from IGN back then, talking about the story. And what about those stories? That was back when PlayStation 4 was launched. Problems? No. Some of these guys who do these videos, I went to their channels, they didn't talk about this. And their channels was up at this time. That's weird, huh? That's funny how that works out. Oh, let's go to PlayStation himself. Talking about this right here that's happened. This is why I told you the PlayStation do it. This is PlayStation's website itself, and talk about how, and they acknowledge this not through the website, not only through the website, but also through their IR pages, that their console, their updates have been bricking PlayStation 4s. No, anybody talking about what's going on with that? No, this is their forums. I'll say to that, but they have, the PlayStation had acknowledged that their updates have been bricking their consoles. PlayStation 4 broken or brick. How to fix blue light, death, HDMI, defragment hard drive. All these are launch problems that happen in digital times, happen back in the launch of the PlayStation. Funny how, yeah, people talking about this. Look at all they're using Amazon, how people look at this. Amazon, TOA, dead on arrival, all that stuff. It happens. It happens. All this right here. Do this, do that, fix this, all that stuff. Post to that, broken, port. Like I said, here's that problem. All these are stuff that happen. Twitter, it's just like you're having right now. So PlayStation 4 had problems at launch as well too. It's ridiculous. Here's the next thing that killed me: Xbox One. It's funny. They're talking about this is Destructoid talking about how Xbox One claims to with the DRM issues. The thing that a lot of y'all hated and y'all argued about, but y'all let that slide because y'all memory's crazy. I ain't got the time to read all this because I have to go to work, but I just had to talk about this. I'll just using the last part of this thing. This comes surprise, as Microsoft apparently requests the ability to control consoles when it comes to dropping DRM before launch. Now, Microsoft has the power to completely deactivate your console whenever, for whatever reason, it feels fit. And Microsoft has done it before, but anybody making these big, like I said, Destructoid talked about it. Thank you, and other people. But again, what about that? Same thing here with I'm talking about the midst of gaming with Xbox One. Can't do. This is from basically backwards capability. This is at launch when all these problems was going on for Xbox One. All that stuff right here, DRM at some point re-enabled. That's what you just saw. That was after the show was after this thing. All this stuff was happening at launch. No launch is perfect. No launch. You cannot tell me any launch that's perfect. If you think it's perfect, it's only subjective to you, to what you want on the to what you want with game. It's subjective. If you think that it's good, then it's good to you. All right, but it's not perfect because everybody experiences something out there. And of course, the PlayStation 4 Pro has its problems of slowdowns, can't play certain games, and also is not using this HDMI signal to give you games. You'll go to Maximilian Don, or Don, or whatever his name is, to see what he had to do to get his PlayStation 4 working, to get the upscaler to work and everything. You have also There, I also went to Insomniac, and they were showing out the Insomniac, the studio, was saying that the PlayStation 4 was badly optimized because they couldn't get Ratchet. They have a messed up frame rate with Ratchet Clank, just like how you get saying with Zelda. So here's the thing. Here's something called freaking reality. Nothing works 100% of the time. If my switches came in, I came in and they had the problems that I've seen people do. You know what I do? I would take the Switch, call Nintendo, tell them there's a problem. They'll ship it. They'll have to take the ship because it's within the warranty. They'll fix it. They'll send it back to me, just like you do with PlayStation, Xbox, or any product that you bought at the beginning. At the beginning of the cycle, you do the exact same thing. If that's the problem, you do that. You act like adults. If it comes back and it doesn't have that issue, then I could say, yeah, it doesn't have that issue. Then okay, then you could go and rant and rave and talk about it if the issue still avails, because that's kind of messed up. You're right to hold Nintendo to that regard, just like Sony and Microsoft. Now, and even like me, when I had a problem with Xenoblade Chronicles, I've said it in my podcast. I didn't do a video about it because it was not warranted to do a video. When my video Xenoblade Chronicles had a problem, I had a problem. I called Nintendo. Within nothing, it was straightened out and it was fixed. The game had a bug in it, and it was fixed. And also, Nintendo sent out a patch for the switches for the frame rate. And a lot of people, you go to I Know Gaming, and they've tested with multiple switches, and they said that the frame rate problem that you guys been having has been basically alleviated. So if you don't have an internet to get the patch for the Zelda, then Zelda, you have to find a way to get that patch, please. I hope you do. I'm playing Zelda on the Wii U. And I am honest to people. I'm not lying to them. You have Konoshi, you have Sprite Remix. They're playing it. They say they see frame rate hiccups. That's so my point. My point of saying that, because it has. So I'm not denying it. I'm not saying they're lying. So there you go. I acknowledge it. But for me, I am 100% honest when I'm saying this. I have played Zelda Breath of the Wild on the Wii U. There's no suitable chugging on the Wii U for me. For me. I'm just saying it. For me. For me. I have played the game. I have like monsters. I have fire. I had the blood mood up, and I'm fighting big monsters. No slowdowns for me yet. Slow down like it could chug, or it's really missing like stuff. No. Has it slowed down? It could have. I can't tell 2, 3, 4 frame rates drop. I can't. My eyes are not that. Nobody's eyes is that perfect, but I can't tell 2, 3, 4, 5 frame rate drops. I can't. But if I'm jumping and then whatever, the only slow that happens is when you do you jump out of the way at the right time, and it has to slow down so you can do your fury attacks. But let's get that straight one more time before I'm done this, and hope you guys have a good Friday, other than hearing me try to tell most of y'all people simple sense. Should you buy a Switch at day one? Not really. If I have to be my honest truth, I would tell you, if you have a Wii U, pick up Breath of the Wild for the Wii U. The game was made for that. Technically speaking, other than the resolution, that's the most superior version from all accounts that I've been hearing around the internet and from around people playing the game. Because my friend got a Switch, and I bought a Switch, but he also got the 2 games, because I bought him Breath of the Wild for the Wii U because I didn't know he got a Switch. And he said he's playing it on the Wii U more than the Switch. Not because nothing's wrong with the Switch. It's just that he has a big screen TV. He had it for his man cave. He has a Switch plug up. He said, I'm enjoying it because his hands is used to the control of the Wii U, and he's playing and enjoying it. No frame rate hiccup, and he's in another country enjoying it, because I bought it and sent it to him in another country. But should you pick up a Switch? You gotta go and look at this stuff. Do not look at these infotestile people. Do your own research and see it. I don't think you should pick up a Switch day one. I don't think you should pick up a Switch right now. Let more games come out. About summertime should be a good choice. If you want to pick it up now and then get the games later on, if it's a hot commodity, that's all into you. The Switch is not a must-buy console. No console has never been a must-buy console in gaming. I don't get that. Last but not least, like the Zelda thing, you know what? I apologize to say this and feel sympathetic to those who have gotten issues with switching Zelda. That's messed up. That's messed up. Hope you guys get fixes for it, slow down, whatever, and fixes for it, because we need to do the exact same thing. Do I think we should hold Nintendo regards for if a mass of people is getting this problem? Yes, but I don't think it's a mass of people who's holding problems. I think it's basically is a majority, a minority having these problems. Because when we look at other games that had brokenness, they were still sold in the millions. Assassin's Creed, Halo, Division, still sold in the millions. So I feel sympathetic for those who have issues. Please, if you're adults, act like adults. Get your update dates. You might have had a bad burn with the couches, like I said with this. Go there, tell them I have a problem, replace it. That's what I would do. And just be careful out there, because a lot of people, because there's a next video that's coming up, I'm seeing talking about how people are just I hate social media. That's why I'm only on Google Plus, as you guys can see, and Facebook. That's why I do not go on other social media, because this is ridiculous. To get your approval from other people is, human beings are going low and low in the farm, and this is ridiculous what's going on. This because people are going on user scores and IGN, GameSpot, all those places, and just give zeros to Zelda Breath of the Wild, even though they never touched the game, even though they never played the game, just because they don't like the thing. Same thing with Zero Dawn or any game that was perfect, like Grand Theft Auto or whatever. It's like, what is wrong with you people to go there and just put 0 marks just for the spot of it? Get a life, people. Get a freaking life. But once again, please remember, I just showed you the PlayStation 4 had problems at launch. Also, PlayStation bricked their consoles. Xbox One had problems at launch, and also they have the power to do certain things to the console. And there are people out there who reported on this, Digital Times, Forbes, whatever. But again, nobody's bringing up those in their videos who I'm looking at, who's bringing up this negativity. Again, you bring up one negativity, that's cool, but I'm seeing like you bring up 2, 3, 4, and you also use other people's videos, not yours, and you ain't even bought the console or play the game, which is kind of weird to me. It's into me. When I talk about Batman Arkham Knight, you're right, I didn't play the game, but I saw not only reviews from people, not only reviews from game developers saying this problem, which there's the thing, a lot of not game developers, game sites say they had a problem, but also I remember the last game that came out on PC, Origins, was a bricky mess. So I'll wait, and you could do the exact same thing. Just wait. So if you have problems, send it back, get it fixed. If you don't, wait. No problem. Nobody's hurting you in the break. You don't have to get this show off. You have it, and you have the best thing. Like, you know, it's weird. It's weird. Same thing from PlayStation. Really, I could go in and turn it in because I have those spots. But you know what? Like y'all, maybe because I come from a country broke, dirt poor, didn't have nothing. I am thankful that I could play games and have fun and enjoy it. And you know what? As my good friend Shepard said, like, it's that he said I'm the cheapest rich person that he ever known. And you know what? Even though I make a lot of money, I'll say this before I end. I thank God that my family, and because where I come from, install me that I don't have to. I look at the things of life and be all right, because this is ridiculous. How people forget many things in the past and then just rewrite history. Technically speaking, this should be a mic check, because that's what I'm saying. A lot of people forget their history. And I'm going to do a video about that because another person did some stuff about that. But with that said, this is Friday morning. Hope you guys enjoy your day. People who want to buy a Switch, I'll tell you the truth, wait. Really do wait. If you think they're gonna iron out the bugs, whatever, there are more people, but I think the vocal minority is taking over YouTube and social media, and I think you would have no problems if you could find one and buy one. And also those who are who have gotten problems. If you are adults, be adults. Register the thing, return it back, and get your thing. Oh, you're not playing it right now. That's the think about that with any product ever, because iPhones has this problem. iPhone had problems like it doesn't work, or they use an update that bricks the iPhone 6 and iPhone 7. Same thing with Android phones. We live in an age where we depend too much on digital stuff, and the possibility of it breaking down happens. It just do. I give you my 2 recent problems I had with my 2 products that I bought. That was basically a phone that cost $500. I didn't spend that much, but it cost $500, and a microphone that cost $1,000. But you know what? I went back and I had to do the right way, because I'm an adult. Simple sense. Don't act stupid. Sorry for the point on the thing. But anyway, with that said, hope you guys enjoy your day. Remember, there's no perfect games out there. What's perfect to you is not perfect to me. What's perfect to me is not perfect to you. Simply enjoy your games on all consoles, even PC. And again, use your brains, people. Please use your brains. Peace out.